When prescribing exercise, there are a number of processes that need to be carried out in order to produce a safe and ultimately successful result for the client. This presentation will outline the ways in which a practitioner has gone about obtaining the necessary personal information about their client during the initial consultation session. It will also give directions on how to implement an effective exercise program that is constructed around the physical and physiological demands of the client's chosen sport and that align with the client's goals. A summary and recommendation for further action in regards to the implementation of a training program will then be based around the gathered information. It is important to gain an understanding of your client's medical history before exercise testing and/or prescription is carried out. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends that pre-participation health screening by a self-reported medical history or health risk appraisal should be done for all individuals wishing to initiate a physical activity program. It is important that self-reported pre-exercise screening tests be carried out under the supervision of a qualified professional. In keeping with these guidelines, the client in question was asked to complete a number of pre-exercise screening tests as well as a number of other information gathering questionnaires that aim to help the practitioner gain an insight into the client's health history and activity levels. When the client first sat down with the practitioner, he was first taken through the QUT Exercise and Movement Clinic New Client Screen. He was asked for the reason for making the appointment, to which he replied, to seek professional help and guidance for strength and conditioning gains in order to reach a higher playing level in his local rugby union club. For the past 2 seasons, the client has found himself only being picked in his club's reserve grade side. Based on this, a desired outcome would be to be playing Premier Grade rugby this coming season. The client didn't list any current medications or recent scans or allied health treatments. The client then filled out the PAR, Q and U Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire, to which he answered no to all questions. After completing the new client screen, the client was asked to complete the Exercise and Sport Science Australia Adult Pre-Exercise Screening Questionnaire. On stage 1 of the questionnaire, the client did not identify any apparent risks, answering no to all questions. This would indicate that the client may proceed to undertake light, moderate intensity exercise. The following information was gathered from stage 2. His age is 21, gender is male, no family history of heart disease or stroke. The client has never smoked. He performs vigorous physical activity 3 times per week with a total duration of 180 minutes. His height is 178 centimeters and weight of 80 kilograms, giving him a BMI of 25.2, placing him in the healthy weight category. The ESSA pre-screening tool offers a third stage that is optional and must be carried out by an exercise professional. The only meaningful data that was able to be collected from this section was the client's resting blood pressure, which was recorded at 110/80, placing him in the normal category. The outcome of the questionnaire gave the client a risk stratification score of -2. This classified the client as low risk, therefore allowing the client to participate in physical activity or exercise up to a vigorous or high intensity. The final information to note from the initial consultation were 3 goals that the client listed. The client's stated health goals: he wanted to increase his muscle mass whilst maintaining his conditioning. The behaviour that he wanted to improve on was his motivation to keep to a structured, periodised training program independent of team sessions. And in terms of exercise performance, the client had a goal of increasing muscular strength and power in order to better his physicality on the field. When attempting to construct a successful training program, it is important to consider the physical demands of the client's sport. When taking a closer look at the physical demands of rugby union, it is clear that the game requires the athlete to possess a broad range of physical attributes. The nature of rugby union requires players of varying anthropometric profiles to perform high-speed anaerobic bouts of activity and to endure a large number of collisions. Duchedel provides evidence that the contemporary demands, impact and distance of rugby are position dependent. The client plays most of his games in the position of fly half. This position would be classified as an inside back. Inside backs tend to cover the greatest distance per minute of game time, which is likely a result of the greater ball carrying events and positional play on offense and defense. The backs enter high intensity speed zones more frequently. This is consistent with the fact that backs compared to forwards tend to complete greater distances in open play running and to complete more sprinting movements on average throughout a game, signifying that these are core tasks of the game for these players. To summarise the initial consultation and findings of the exercise screening tools used, the client should be deemed suitable to take in any light, moderate or intense exercise program that is prescribed in future to help him achieve his goals and ultimately have him playing Premier Grade Rugby Union. The collected information can now be used to adopt and change specific training requirements to align with the client's health, behaviour and exercise performance goals. With rugby union involving repetitive high-impact collisions, Cochrane et al. 2000 recommended that strength and conditioning programs as a successful injury prevention strategy in rugby union. Therefore, any future exercise prescription that is focused towards rugby should take into account injury prevention measures. The client will need to have a pre and post body composition test recorded in order to track his health goal, and continual one-on-one consultations with his practitioner in order to keep him on track with his training program.